Hey, welcome in Huntsville. Another wonderful good morning to you. Thanks for waking up with us.
What do you love about Huntsville? What makes this a great place to be?
Everyone here is very genuine and very kind and friendly. You never hesitate to speak up and say hello or good morning or just acknowledge the person walking by.
The thing that I love most about Huntsville, I love the peace that Huntsville brings. I love the peace that it gives me.
I feel accepted and part of the town and like I belong here.
Huntsville is where my lovely wife lived when I met her, so I moved here. So I'm pretty thankful for her.
All right.
We're bucking for you in Huntsville, Texas.
Hello, I'm Billy Cobbin, the Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home.
Hey, it's Kay Boning with Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools.
Good morning, Huntsville.
Good morning.
Hey, I'm Karen.
I'm Toy. And I'm Denise.
And from all of us at Walker County Federal Credit Union, good morning, Huntsville.
Good morning, Huntsville.
Morning.
Good morning.
I'm starting to develop these new superstitions, by the way.
Superstitions?
Superstitions. If I'm the one that opens the show and ends the show, in other words, the first word and the last word, I just have this superstition that I shouldn't do that.
Okay.
So now
when did that come about?
Maybe a couple days ago. It's one of those things you wake up and you think about, like, why did I think of that? So, man, welcome in. Here we are. Jason Thompson. J. Tomp in the house, man.
What's up, buddy?
You have a nickname? Have I ever asked you this?
Not really.
I don't know if I've ever asked you if you had a nickname or not.
Most of my family just calls me Bubba.
Did they ever call you Red?
No.
No Red?
No.
You don't really have a lot of red, though. You're a little red.
Not anymore.
You were. You know what? When I first met you, you were a lot more red.
I was.
Yeah. You were hot you were hot all the time, man.
Yeah, that's it.
Jason was boiling, and then he cooled off a little bit, man.
That's it.
Yeah. When you take the eggs out of the boiling water, it kind of simmers down a little bit.
It does.
So Jason took the eggs out of the water. I'm just kidding.
did.
I don't even know where we're going with that, man. Hey, well, welcome in. We are excited to be here on a wonderful Tactical Tuesday with our friends from Guardian Defense for all things personal safety. We'll talk more with Jason on the back end of the show about how things are going over at Guardian. But a great show lined up today as we welcome you in Huntsville. We have our friends from CASA of Walker, San Jacinto, and Trinity counties here. Rachel Drake and Catharine James joining us in a little bit. We're going to learn more about what's going on and just really dig into some advocacy today. So we're excited about that. We'll get to know Rachel and Catharine, first-time guests on this show, so you already know what's about to happen. They don't know. They may know. I don't know if they know yet, but
they will find out.
We this. I wanted to say something real quick. This is kind of fun. Rick Boning and I, and Rick's over at Tomorrow's Promise, and also the Candyman now with 0 Degree.
Yeah.
Well, he has a blue van. And man,
he has a blue van?
He has a blue minivan, and that thing looks like it could be a Publishers Clearinghouse prize van.
Oh, does it?
And we're part of the Huntsville Walker County Chamber Ambassador Group, so we go around once a month, and we go to usually as a group we go to like 6 to 10 different businesses each month, and we get out with balloons and cookies. And I started telling Rick, now we may get kicked out of the ambassadors group, so Deanna, if you're watching, or Ray or anybody, we probably won't ever do this, but I thought it would be kind of fun to print a magnet. We can get Advantage Special. Stephanie Pitts is joining us this morning. Stephanie, well, there may be some copyright issues. They're not going to get involved in anything illegal, but we should get the Publishers Clearinghouse logo on a magnet for the van. And I thought about, it'd be kind of cool just to show up and get out of that thing, and we've got the check, this paper check over here.
You got that big paper check,
So I thought it'd be kind of cool just to show up and just to get have a hidden cameraman that's kind of hidden on the side, and start to walk in front of businesses and see, when people get excited. Just kidding. That'd be kind of mean.
That would be mean, but it would be funny too.
I thought about that because I was joking around before we started. I said, we used to give away $100,000 to new guests on the show, but we just can't afford that anymore.
Right.
We're still paying back that loan. We've only paid back about $5 on the first one. So.
I know.
But hey, we're here.
The bank's going to be calling you this week.
They are, and we didn't get that loan from Walker County Federal either, so I won't have to. We're okay.
Well, that's good. We're good then.
We want to welcome you in as we do get started here on a muggy morning outside. Had storms come through again here just a couple days ago on Sunday, but everything is okay. But rain will remain in the forecast. Not as much, though, and we're really excited about Thursday. We'll talk more about Raise a Hope coming up as well. It's our annual fundraiser happening this Thursday from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. at the HEB parking lot. It is going to be scorching, sunny, and 95.
Ooh,
so
sounds a little toasty.
Yeah, a little toasty, but that's all right. So we're thankful for that. The forecast early on showed rain, and that has now since moved out. So, but we are here.
What's the forecast looking like?
Just a little bit of rain over the next couple of days, sporadic showers, and then Thursday clear up.
That'd be good, man. They need to work on my road.
So I think things are going to be cleared up. But hey, episode 285, and we're live here on Tuesday. Again, Rachel Drake, Catharine James, CASA joining us in just a few moments. We do want to welcome you in. As always, big thanks to Paul Oley.
We love you, Paul.
Hold on, Jason. There you go.
Ready? We love you, Paul.
Paul, we love you, man. Huntsville's a place where you can tell everybody you love them and give them a hug.
That's it.
So maybe you're watching for the first time this morning. You say, man, what are those guys talking about loving people? That's what we do here in Huntsville. We just love people and give them a hug. Mm-hmm. So, Paul, we appreciate you. Paul, the gallery for all of your custom photography, framing, and more. Go by and see my good friend Paul Oley's right next door to us here at 1201 University. He helped provide this space. We're so thankful for his generous support. Also, a huge shout-out to Elliot Herzlich of Elliot's Jewelers, online at elliotsjewelers.com for all of your jewelry needs. Elliot is the man. He will take care of you. I see posts all the time on social media. Where do I go to get this cleaned? Or where can I go to find this engagement ring? There's a lot of great folks in our community, great jewelers here that have been here for a long time. But Elliot's here as well, and Elliot has given so much back to Huntsville.
He does. He's very giving.
Gave back to our friends at CASA numerous times. Just recently with the jewelry design contest, and he is helping us out with Rays of Hope again this year. And, in fact, we're going to be giving away jewelry hourly for 12 hours coming up. So we're looking forward to that.
Yeah, plus the grand prize.
2 grand prizes. Well, like a semi-grand and then a grand.
And then a grand.
Yeah, so he threw a curveball. That's a good curveball.
A good curve.
He said instead of 1, why don't we do 2?
Oh, that's even better.
We got one that's a little less value and another that's a little higher value.
That's awesome.
So we'll talk about later how you can get involved with Raise a Hope. We're so excited about that event. And, of course, we would not be here without our great friend Jason Thompson, the Thompson family of Guardian Defense for all things personal safety here in Huntsville. Jason has taught me to just watch my back, and I appreciate that, Jason. I'm always very observant now of my surroundings.
Especially now you have 2 babies.
Yeah, it's, before – even simple things like going to the gas station, and it doesn't matter where I'm at or what community I'm in. I'm very observant now. When I pull up to a pump, I look around. I don't just kind of sit there. Sometimes people leave their car door open while they pump gas, and what do you usually have laying in your console in your car? Your wallet. I don't even keep my wallet out anymore. I keep that thing hidden.
That's it.
And put up. I don't keep it on me all the time because I sit down. What are your recommendations? Should you keep your wallet on you all the time, Jason?
I keep it in my front pocket.
A good idea.
It's really hard to get out of your front pocket.
Yeah.
The main thing is just paying attention, who's around you, what's around you. Live a safer life, I mean, the bad guys are looking for people that are A, unarmed, and B, not paying attention. And if you walk through the college when it's in session, you see a lot of that.
Yeah, it's got to be careful. And so Jason's always going to teach you how to be just kind of alert and on your toes, and that's why we appreciate them being here with us. Hey, as we continue to get started this morning, can you please do a huge favor and let us know that you're out there this morning? We already have some friends joining us. Jamie Saucier of Saucier Woodworks. He did our signage for us. Yeah. He's working on another project for me as well. Does great work. We appreciate him. A lot of great woodworking guys. I know 3 of them. Jamie, Pop's Wood Shop over there with Scott Valley, and also our good friend Blaine McAdam with McAdam Wood Creations. So, and the McAdam family is going to be one of the beneficiaries of this year's.
Yeah, they had a rough go with that, with all the flooding.
Yeah, so we're looking forward to the community supporting them. Kyle Kreiner, the Brisketeer of Huntsville. He's coming in person today to hang out with us.
Look at it.
So Kyle's moseying in here to the studio.
Who's coming with him?
And we have to, we have to pay Kyle to show up. So
I know.
We forgot our wallets today, though. But Kyle's here hanging out with us in studio. Quentin Glaze, our number 1 engager, on the show this morning as well. Miss Lita Thompson, good morning, everyone, she says. Stephanie Pitts, Advantage Specialties. By the way, she sent a little laughing emoji about the Publishers Clearinghouse.
Yeah, I was just over there yesterday.
So, and we got our shirts coming from them, the Raise a Hope shirts this year.
Yeah, I know. I checked on your order for you while I was there making an order.
Did you go back in the screen printing room and help out a little bit?
No, I didn't get that far.
We're going to put you to work, brother. Karen Denman over at Walker County Federal saying, good morning, Huntsville. Hey, our good buddy Odell joining us. Odell, I hope you're doing well, man. He was up at Temple at the hospital, and Odell has the Cajun Barbershop here in town and the connoisseur of all things Boudreaux and Thibodeau jokes. So if you need a good joke, you go see my buddy Odell. Odell, we love you, man. I hope that you're feeling better this morning. Tara Burnett over at Hart's Veterans Museum on with us. Steph Valley from Magnolia Kennel. We wanted to give all y'all a shout out. Again, do us a favor, hit like and share so that we can get the word out about the good happening here in Huntsville. We'll take a brief break. We'll have our friends from CASA here in just a few moments with us. Do want to remind you, keyword this week is hope, and that is in honor of the Raise a Hope. So
yes, that's going to be fun. We're going to have a great day.
Text in the keyword hope along with your name on the 0 Degree Creations phone and text line. That number 936-339-0139. Again, keyword is hope, H-O-P-E, hope.
Hope. Start texting in.
I started thinking of that. What was that song? Like, Hoop, there it is, back in the day. Hoop. Yeah. Did you jam out to that one?
Not really.
Yeah, I didn't think so,
but
Jason.
I know of the song.
One day I'm going to get Jason involved in some hip-hop, jams up in here.
I doubt it.
Yeah, that won't happen. One day, Jason.
One day.
I don't know why I thought of that, because I thought of hope, and I was like, hoop. But keyword's hope, again, text that in along with your name, 0 Degree Creations phone and text line. at 936-339-0139. I've got a $25 gift card. I'll throw in a few extra goodies this morning, too. So how about that?
Really?
So
awesome.
We got a little goodie bag with a $25 Cafe Texan gift card.
Yeah, I'm printing some stuff up to give out for Raise of Hope, too.
Perfect, man. We'll have those in the swag bags.
Yeah, we're going to fix you guys up.
Perfect. Well, that's the keyword. We'll take a break. Our Tuesday is brought to you by Guardian Defense. Check them out online, GuardianDefenseLLC.com. Got to listen to your national news word from our sponsors, CASA, on the other side. When we come back, it's Good Morning Huntsville. Stay with us.
USA News, I'm Tim Berg. Hunter Biden's trial on gun possession charges is getting underway in a Delaware federal court. Jury selection beginning Monday in the trial of the president's son. Biden is accused of illegally buying and possessing a gun while being addicted to drugs in 2018. Former President Donald Trump is speaking out regarding a potential prison sentence. USA's John Schaefer has the details.
Former President Trump said there could be a breaking point for his supporters if he were to be sentenced to prison time in his hush money case.
I don't know that the public would stand it, I'm not sure the public would stand for it.
Trump spoke with Fox and Friends Weekend. His comments follow a Manhattan jury's recent conviction of him on 34 counts of falsifying business documents.
The Senate is voting to protect access to contraception. Senate Majority Leader from New York, Chuck Schumer, noting the Wednesday vote will come days after the second anniversary of the Supreme Court's decision to strike down Roe versus Wade. Schumer adding it's right to codify the right of contraceptives into federal law. Israel is confirming the deaths of 4 hostages that were being held in Gaza. IDF spokesman Admiral Dan Hagari speaking about the deaths.
We assessed that the 4 of them were killed while together in the area of Khan Yunis during our operation there against Hamas. The information we confirmed by the relevant bodies after assessing new intelligence that we gathered over the last few weeks.
The 4 were abducted and taken to the Gaza Strip by Hamas during the October 7th attack on Israel. Remembrances are coming in the National Football League after it was announced that Dallas Cowboys legend and Pro Football Hall of Famer Larry Allen has died. The team announcing the 52-year-old passed away suddenly while he was on a vacation in Mexico. This is USA News.
The inventor and CEO of MyPillow is always looking for ways to solve everyday problems. Have you ever picked up a towel set because it felt really soft in the store, but then when you go to use it, it's not very absorbent? It's basically a towel that's leaving you out to dry. That's why MyPillow has developed the MyPillow towels. Towels that work. I know, it's mind-blowing. Towels that actually dry you. The 6-piece towel set includes 2 bath towels, 2 hand towels, and 2 washcloths. They come in a variety of colors, and right now you can receive a 6-piece set for only $39.98 with promo code USA. Go to MyPillow.com right now and click on the radio listener special. MyPillow products come with a 10-year warranty and they have a 60-day money-back guarantee. To receive this amazing offer on the 6-piece set of MyPillow towels, just go to MyPillow.com. Click on the radio listener special and enter promo code USA or call 800-951-8175. That's MyPillow.com. Promo code USA.
This is Guardian Defense in Huntsville, Texas, a trusted family-owned and operated gun store and range in the heart of East Texas. Guardian Defense is your one-stop destination for Texas LTC, NRA basic pistol and rifle courses, pistol refresher training, as well as a wide selection of quality firearms and ammunition. At Guardian Defense, empowerment is within reach through their Texas DPS-approved license to carry classes. Certified instructors will guide you through every facet of firearm safety, conflict resolution, and the pertinent legal aspects. Book now to become proficient and responsible in handling a firearm with complete confidence. For the eager learners, the fundamentals of pistol and rifle usage await discovery in their comprehensive 8-hour NRA basic courses. You're invited to connect with Guardian Defense on Facebook and Instagram or give them a call at 936-293-0364. You can also visit them online at GuardianDefenseLLC.com. Guardian Defense, your reliable partner in mastering firearm safety and acquiring quality firearms in the heart of Texas.
Hi, I'm Billy Cawthon, manager of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. We know times of loss are tough, and you need a place to feel comfortable and cared for. At Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, we pride ourselves on being with you during those really tough days. You can rest assured that we will be on your side and by your side every step of the way. Thank you for your trust. Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, supporting families every day, every step.
All right, good morning, Huntsville. Back at it, 7:54. Boy, we got the first break in and out quick. We're usually back on at like 8:10. And even Irma hasn't driven by and honked at us yet, so I know that we're early. Welcome back. 80 degrees overcast this morning as you're getting ready to head out to work. Today, some good news. A little bit more of that rain has actually cleared out of the forecast. It is a very humid morning. Those winds blowing out of the Gulf at 12 miles an hour this morning, creating a 90% humidity today, decreasing clouds, and 91. It'll be in the upper 70s tonight with increasing clouds. A little bit of rain in the forecast for your Wednesday. Still hot, though, at 92. And then Wednesday night, it'll be in the mid-70s. And as I said earlier, Thursday, mostly sunny. It's went down a couple of degrees, 93. But once you get over 90, it doesn't matter. It all feels the same. And, hey, we're not going to complain. We're thankful. We're alive. We're breathing. I always say that if you're breathing, that is just a miracle in itself, that we have an opportunity to be here and to make a difference, just like our great friends from CASA, always making a difference in our community. Rachel, Drake, Catharine James joining us. Good to see you, Rachel. Catharine, good morning.
Good morning.
Special treat for y'all today. Can we please get the armored truck here with the money? Just kidding. We get you guys knew this was coming, probably.
Oh, gosh.
There's two guests on the show this morning, so that means 4 toots of the horn today. So 2 for Rachel, 2 for Catharine. This is very important. This became, if you receive this is considered kind of like royalty here in Huntsville.
Wow. I feel special. Honored.
We've proclaimed that over you guys. So here we go. 4 of them. The first 2 for Rachel. There you go. And the next 2 for Catharine. Welcome in.
Thank you.
Yeah. I've never had anyone toot a horn for me, you know.
I haven't either. First time.
Yeah.
Well, we're so excited. Once a month we try to catch up with CASA and just love the partnership that we have with you guys and helping to promote the good in our community. We were out there for the vendor fair that y'all had, the kids fair. That was, even despite the rain a couple of months ago, it was just a great event. A lot of big turn. I'm excited already about next year. That's already been planned and the groundwork has been laid. We'll talk more about events here in a few moments, but before we do, Rachel, I'll start with you just because you're the first one to my right. Let us know the Rachel Drake story, a little bit about you and just how you got here to Huntsville and family, those kind of things.
So I'm from Rockport, which is a teeny tiny little beach town down by Corpus. And so I, graduated, came to Sam for college, absolutely fell in love, decided I had to stay here. And I knew that I wanted to help people in need, and I found out about CASA while I was in college through Cats for CASA. And, it's a volunteer role. They have a small staff. So by the time I left, they weren't hiring. So I worked for CPS for a little while over in Trinity. And then as soon as I found out about 6 years ago that they were hiring, I came on over and they've kept me ever since. And so, yeah, Huntsville's amazing. CASA is amazing. I tell my husband all the time, we are not leaving. We're not moving. It just doesn't get better.
And y'all got little ones, right?
Yes.
1 or 2? Or
we have 2. My daughter Delilah is about to turn 3, and Nathan just turned 1. So
perfect. Well, it's a good deal. Y'all got started a little bit early, too, which is good. Y'all didn't wait like me until I was 40, so that's great.
Yeah, I wanted to get it done, get out of the way.
I'm a little nervous. I was talking to our pastor at First yesterday and some other folks, and I said, no, it was his wife. I was talking to his wife Kim, and I said, I'm kind of nervous because I didn't really do the math on all this, and my son is gonna, when he's in high school playing football, all American linebacker coming up here in the next 18 years. I was like, wow, I'm going to be like a grandpa's age. So they're going to be like, who's that, Caden? Do your grandpa? So.
If it makes you feel better, my parents were in their late 30s, early 40s when they had me and my brother. So.
Okay. Did you get that vibe where they're like, hey, who's the grandma and grandpa?
No,
okay.
They were involved in our sports and stuff. So
they knew. That's the thing. That's the key. Here's the inspiration today. If you're an older parent, be involved early so the friends know that you're the dad as you get older. So that's perfect. Well, Catherine, let us know a little bit about just your story, your journey here to Huntsville, and let us know a little bit about you this morning.
All right. I moved to Huntsville about 7 years ago. My husband and I have kind of moved around a lot with his job and things, and so we were just wanting to get settled somewhere permanently, and so we came to Huntsville. Our daughter was in college here. I tell people we really were not following her to school, but my family is, my parents had retired to New Waverly, and so it just was a good spot for us to land. And so I have a background in education, and I had taken some time off from teaching and got involved with CASA as a volunteer. So I was a volunteer advocate for 3 years, and they had a position open on staff about 2 years ago, and here I am.
Yeah, wonderful. Isn't that a blessing?
Yes.
And I wanted to ask you, Catherine, too, just CASA, how did you first find out about CASA? When was that moment for you that somebody said, hey, would you like to be involved? And, of course, you became a volunteer, which led to your position now. But how did that journey kind of happen?
Well, it's interesting. It was actually right before we moved here, I had a teacher friend who was getting married and knew she was going to be starting her family. And so she was taking a little time off of teaching, and she found out about CASA, and she was telling me about it. I was like, that's really interesting. And it was so funny because as soon as she told me about it, I was just hearing about it a lot. And I had never heard about it before, and all of a sudden I'm hearing about it. I saw a billboard for it on I-10 near Columbus, out in the middle of nowhere. And like I said, then I had taken some time off from teaching, so I was home watching Dr. Phil a lot.
There you go.
And he and his wife are actually the national spokespeople for CASA.
Really? I had no idea.
Yes, they are. And so many of his shows, if the topic of foster care came up, he would always mention CASA.
Oh,
and I was just hearing about CASA. And so when I started hearing about it from Dr. Phil, I was like, I really need to look into this. And then Janet Davidson, who used to be our trainer, she and I went to church together. So I was hearing about it every Sunday in small group, really every Sunday. And so I told her, I have to check this out.
How cool is that? Well, I think that's, we always try to provide a little inspiration on the show. Sometimes it comes sooner or later in the show, and I'm just going to get it out of the way now because I think this is so important. It's why it's so important that if you have something that you're passionate about, speak up about it, because you never know the impact of something that you know about is going to have on the next person's life. And because someone took time to talk about CASA to Catherine, and a little help by Dr. Phil, but because of that, it's led to where you're at now. And that's why the words that we have are so powerful. And so think about this morning. Is the words that you're speaking over people, are they lifting them up or is it putting them down? And I think that we all should speak words of encouragement and positivity over others, because it gives an opportunity for that person to connect with what I believe could be their destiny, which is where you're at now. And the destiny changes. It's okay sometimes.
That's
and
right.
the journey, but if you remain in faith, it's always cool to see where God places you and how things work out. I know specifically today we'll talk about events in a little bit, but Rachel, you guys wanted to come on and talk about just the impact that advocates have. We've heard a lot over CASA over these last few months, but we haven't really dug into what it means to be an advocate and the impact that it has on the children. And I'll kind of let you guys tag team on this conversation. But Rachel, I'll start with you. Lead us into that conversation and how important advocacy is and how these advocates are making a difference. And I know, Catherine, you have a lot of experience as an advocate, so I'll let you guys kind of handle that conversation.
Yeah. So you would think after 6 years, I would have, the perfect lines and the perfect words to express how important the work that our volunteers do. But I don't, honestly, because it's so impactful and it leaves you speechless. I mean, there's not a day that goes by in the office that Kat or Rosa or I or an advocate walks in and we're not like, oh my gosh, did I tell you? Look what Stephanie did today, or Donna did this in court, and I read this in their contact log, and they had this really great visit, or they had this really breakthrough moment with a parent. And I mean, our kids go through some really tough things, and it's heartbreaking, but it just helps you believe that there's so much good still in the world when you meet our advocates when you see the way they pour in to our kids and our parents. I mean, I've watched parents turn around and hug them in tears and say, thank you. You helped me get I'm going to get choked up. You helped me get my kids back. And, you were there and you listened without judgment. And they're literally changing so many lives. It's incredible.
I think, Rachel, you have a really unique perspective, too, because when you deal with these situations, you deal a lot with CPS. Well, you worked at CPS, so maybe highlight a little bit about what you learned working at CPS and how it helps through this process with CASA, because I know there's a lot of interaction there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so our volunteers are, it's not your average volunteer opportunity. They're doing a whole lot. They're very in tune with these children's lives, their needs. They talk to CPS every month. They talk to us, their supervisors, every month. They're talking to attorneys, to teachers, doctors, their parents, like whoever is involved. If there's therapists going on, if there's medical needs, they're making sure that all of those needs are met. And from the caseworker side, I mean, our volunteers have, that's one of the best parts, is they have one case assigned to them, one family, whether that's 1 kid, 2 kids, 3 kids. And so they're really able to focus and be able to pour into them and spend that time, whereas CPS has multiple cases, so that's multiple kids, multiple parents, and trying to do all the things. And, they have a tough job, and I loved my time at CPS. We did a lot of the same things in some senses, but CASA is just extra special because we get to focus and help fill those gaps and, have a different resource. So, yeah.
Catherine, you have a very unique perspective, too, not only, working here with the organization full-time now, but as an advocate yourself. Can you highlight that journey for us and just the impact that you feel that, and I know you don't want to talk about you, but it does relate because you were in that situation. So maybe talk a little bit about what you learned through this advocacy process and some things that maybe helped you to grow, but most importantly, helped these children to grow.
Okay. Well, my very first case that I was appointed to was a little girl. She was 3, and when I came into the case, parents' rights had already been terminated. So we were looking for an adoptive family for
And where
her.
is the child at that point? If the parents have lost the custody, where is this child?
She was in a foster home, and she was in a foster home that was not intended to be a permanent placement. The lady, that's just what she did. She fostered, and she was a really good caregiver. This little girl had multiple medical issues, very high risk medical. She was okay. I'm not trying to get upset. It's such a really neat story. What she needed a double organ transplant. And even our medical center here in Texas Children's said, we can't do that. Wow. You have to go to Nebraska for it. And so she needed this. And when I got onto the case, it was kind of just sort of stuck because I got on the case. And at first, I came on, don't want to be too aggressive, but I'm talking to the caseworker. I'm talking to the foster parent. I'm gathering all my information about the case, and I'm like, well, what are we doing? What are we doing? Have we really searched for a family yet? Well, no. She had a grandparent that was maybe interested, but she was in and out of the hospital, and they didn't even go visit her at the hospital. And I was like, well, why are we continuing to let this lag? So from my education background and being a teacher, I'm advocating for kids just comes very naturally to me. So I just very quickly said, well, if I'm coming on a little too strong, I guess someone will tell me. But so I very quickly started asking a lot of questions. And it wasn't very long before we got her on what's called TARE. It's a Texas website that foster parents can go and see children that are available for adoption. And so we got her on TARE. We actually got quite a few applications. And so I was able to go through that process of reading home studies and attending staffings where a case manager presented a family to us to look for a family for her. And I have to say this part, one day in court, when we were updating the judge on the case, even the child's own attorney stood in court and said, "Judge, we may never find a family for this child because of her medical needs were so great." And as soon as I heard that, I was like, those are fighting words.
Yeah, wow.
We're going to prove you wrong. And we did. We found her the absolute best family you could ever imagine. In the meantime, I was doing a lot of medical advocacy. I was talking to doctors in Nebraska. The caseworker was saying, I haven't gotten anywhere with asking these questions. And so I was like, well, I'm going to try. And so I spent a lot of time on the phone with doctors and nurses. And so we got her placed, I think it was January of 2020. And she went to live with this family because they were licensed to foster, and they intended to adopt her. And just because of a lot of paperwork issues, she ended up being there almost a year before the adoption was actually final. And the adoption was final on April 6th. And on May 5th, they got the call that organs were available. And so she and her mom hopped on this cool medical airplane and flew to Nebraska. And she's doing wonderfully.
Boy, that is so great. And how old was this
She
little
was
girl at the
3
time? Oh, my goodness.
when I got on the case. So she's about 7 now, and she's attending school, and she's living her best life. They take her to the beach. They take her on the boat. I mean, and she's just living a life that prior, her foster mother was wonderful, but I think she was a little scared because of her medical needs. She rarely left the house except to go to doctor's appointments and things. She didn't go to the grocery store. She didn't sit in the grocery cart and go.
Wow.
And so that's just one example of some of the really cool things an advocate can be involved with. And like, I'm still in touch with them, and so I still get to see her grow up.
That's so great, Catherine. I'm so glad that you mentioned this story, because every story is important with these children. And no matter what they're going through, every single story is so, so important. And they're going through a lot. And I'm glad that you brought this up, because you've educated me knowing more about what CASA does. You know, I think and I know a lot of the cases y'all deal with are abuse-related type cases, but I didn't realize that you're also advocates in medical situations like this.
Yes.
And just being involved. And there's a lot of training and teaching, and that's something that I wanted to highlight too, is maybe somebody wants to be an advocate, but they're really nervous, saying, I don't know if I'm going to know how to do all of this. Maybe Rachel can start that conversation briefly about the training part of it, because you don't have to worry. CASA is going to train you on how to do this, and you'll have sessions and all that, I know, as well. And you know, down the road we'll have another segment dedicated to that. But you don't have to worry, because you guys provide the training.
That's true. We, are protective of our kids and our families, and so we want to make sure that both for the advocate's sake and the children and the family's sake, that they're both well prepared to go into that situation, because when you're assigned, you're working with that family until they achieve permanency, whether that's going back home or getting adopted. And so there's, every case is different. Like, some of the reasons they come into care might be similar, but every family is unique. Every child's needs are unique. And so where some people work really heavily in medical advocacy, some people don't have, they have a really healthy kid and don't have to have some of those really tough conversations and do the research. But we make sure that, throughout the whole process, we have a good, extensive, but fun training. It's about a 40-hour training. We make sure that you attend our information session beforehand, so you really understand the role that you're potentially getting yourself into before you sit through that 40-hour training and you're like, oh, this is not something I can do. We want to make sure that, you really understand all the ins and outs before you get there. So,
Catherine, what was the training like for you, or maybe the thought process when you first decided, hey, I want to be an advocate? Can you guide us through that, what you were thinking, maybe some of the concerns that you had, and how you overcame some of the early fears that you may have had?
Sure. In fact, the first time I had a conversation with Janet, the first thing out of my mouth, even though I wasn't even working full time anymore, but the first thing out of my mouth was, I'm just worried that I'm not going to have the time. And so I went to the information session and I said, oh, okay, what I heard there made me feel more comfortable. And the training is fun. It is not, weekday sessions start around 5:15, 5:30 in the afternoon. And there were days that I was like, oh, I don't want to, by that time you're kind of thinking about winding down and I have to get out and go to training. And as soon as I got there, all of that went away and we started having fun. And so it's very interactive. You get to ask questions and just share a lot. So it's not just sitting and being lectured to. And so when I talk to potential advocates now, if I'm talking to someone at church or whatever, and they're acting interested in CASA, and usually the first thing they say is, "I'm just worried about having enough time." And I said, "Well, if it makes you feel any better, I think that's almost everyone's first concern. So just come to the information session and just start learning more about it, and then." You'll see more what it entails. And it is more of a commitment than the average volunteer opportunity out there. However, a lot of our advocates work full time and they manage just fine. And so you can do a lot of your advocacy is over the phone, emails, and things like that. And then obviously you visit your kid in person every month, but a lot of the other things you're doing is emails and texts and phone calls that you can do from anywhere. So it's not like I even did a lot of my advocacy, 9 o'clock at night watching TV. So
watching Dr. Phil.
That's right.
Well, I failed to mention this, and we have just a few more minutes here, and I wanted to get back to Rachel too. I failed to mention your roles at CASA. You are the advocate supervisor, correct?
Correct.
So can you let us know what that role kind of entails?
Yes, I supervise all of the cases that originate in San Jacinto and Trinity counties. And then Rosa is the other advocate supervisor, and she supervises Walker County cases. So if a case comes in to the system in one of our 3 counties, we are automatically appointed. So that's a pretty cool thing about our program, is that every child that comes into CPS custody is appointed a CASA.
Yeah, that's great.
Mm-hmm. And so we just we watch over to make sure all of the monthly contacts are happening and they're getting documented in our system. That's very important. Documentation is very, very important in our roles. And more than anything, we're just there to be a support and an encouragement, answer questions. When they go to court, our advocates never go to court alone. We as supervisors are always there with them, standing there with them. And occasionally we have to fill in for them. Sometimes if we have an advocate who's going through, a personal situation, we'll go make visits for them, which I always enjoy. So we still get to participate kind of in the role of an advocate sometimes, but we're just there to support the advocate in the work that they're doing.
That's great. Well, Rachel, your role is program director, so can you let us know what a day-to-day looks like for you, kind of what you're involved in?
So it's kind of has different pieces to it. So some of it is like the quality assurance, going through making sure that our stats, our documentation is up to date, making sure that forms are where they need to be, and then also parts of the pre-service training process. So if you're interested in becoming an advocate, after you do that information session, you go through what's called a pre-service interview. And so then myself and our training director are there and kind of get to know you. And so then I have pieces of training. I help plan our continuing education for our advocates throughout the year. So you don't just get that, that one very beginning chunk of information. You're learning as you go about different topics, because you don't know what case you're going to get with what child of what age. And so we try and provide information to help make them the best advocates they can be throughout. And then also helping over like child needs area. So like our Christmas toy drive, our back to school drive, any kind of emergency child needs issues that kind of come up, things like that.
Well, a couple of events before we go, I wanted to highlight. I know Food Truck Friday is coming up. I'm excited about that. That's going to be just down the road over here. Frank's Taco is going to have the first truck over here. Is that correct?
Yes, but it'll be at McWilliams.
At McWilliams.
Yes.
So McWilliams and Sons on Friday. Come out there for lunch. I think it's like 11 to 1. Is that right? Somewhere?
I think it's 10 to 2.
10 to 2.
Lauren knows for sure.
I'm pretty sure it's 10 to 2.
Yeah.
So this is a really cool event. It's typically going to happen on the first of the month,
Yes.
the first
Friday.
first Friday. But because it's the first one, it's happening on this Friday. So didn't want to confuse people. The first Friday of the month happening. It is the what is it called? Friday Food Truck, I think.
Food Truck Friday.
I had it backwards. Food Truck Friday. So come out and proceeds from that,
Yes.
they are donating back to CASA. And it's going to happen once a month. So
Yeah, it's
With a different food truck every month.
And I think this, and correct me on this, there's something going on at Farmhouse Cafe this month too, right?
Yes. We first of all, I just have to say, our program is very lucky. We have a lot of community support and a lot of people who we do profit shares with. And so this month we're doing it with Farmhouse Cafe. And every Tuesday, a portion of your proceeds will go back to CASA. So, go get a slice of pie, go eat lunch, every Tuesday, go have dinner one week, lunch with a friend another week, just enjoy it.
What Rachel's really saying is on Tuesday, go out and buy 100 pies. That's what she's really saying.
They make great gifts. Who doesn't love pie?
And I know Bingo's right around the corner too. Christmas in July, that's coming up in July, obviously. So a great event. All of these events and more. Make sure to follow their Facebook page. You can easily find it, CASA of Walker County, and also go online, casaofwalkercounty.org. I know it says CASA of Walker County, but they also serve the Tri-County area, including San Jacinto and Trinity counties, doing incredible work. Is there anything else that you guys wanted to make sure that we mentioned today?
Just to date, we've already, from the beginning of the year, we've served 91 children, which I think is a pretty impactful statistic on its own. Of course, we wish we didn't have so many kids to serve, but I'm glad that people in the community support us so that we can provide those services to those kids, and to hear those stories of, I'm so glad that my CASA came to visit me. I know that they're coming. I really trust what they say, and to hear those heartwarming stories is really great. And we couldn't do it without the community. So
awesome. Well, and just know that, being there, this isn't a job. This is a life for all of you that are so wonderful at CASA and the work that you do. This is your life's mission, your life's work. And we're so thankful that, the good Lord has placed this opportunity in front of y'all to help these children. Children need a voice, and CASA is just doing such a tremendous job. I say this so many times. It's an organization that I wish didn't have to exist. But the truth is, children need help. They need a voice, and CASA is filling that void. Be involved. Get involved. Support CASA. You hear about them all over town. We're going to always promote them here on Hello Huntsville. Again, go to casaofwalkercounty.org for more information. So wonderful to have you all this morning. Rachel, Drake, Catharine James on with us today, and 4 toots of the horn today. So
lucky us.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll have to take a sound bite and send that to y'all. That could be y'all's new ringtone.
Oh, maybe.
Well, we'll wrap up this segment. Jason Thompson of Guardian Defense joins us back on the other side as we'll talk more. Got a little Bearcat news for you coming up too on the next segment, so make sure that you stay tuned in for that. Keyword continues hope along with your name on the 0 Degree Creations phone and text line at 936-339-0139. We're giving away Cafe Texan gift card and also throwing in a few more goodies in there as well. Again, text in the keyword hope and your name to 936-339-0139. Big thank you to Guardian Defense. They are the ones helping us every Tuesday, and we would not be able to have good friends on this show, such as CASA and many others that you hear here every single day, thanks to our foundation sponsors. And on Tuesday, it's Jason Thompson and the Thompson family of Guardian Defense, online at guardiandefensellc.com. We'll take a break. We'll be back. Stay with us. More to come as we continue promoting the good here in Huntsville on Good Morning Huntsville.
This is Guardian Defense in Huntsville, Texas, a trusted family-owned and operated gun store and range in the heart of East Texas. Guardian Defense is your one-stop destination for Texas LTC, NRA basic pistol and rifle courses, pistol refresher training, as well as a wide selection of quality firearms and ammunition. At Guardian Defense, empowerment is within reach through their Texas DPS-approved license to carry classes. Certified instructors will guide you through every facet of firearm safety, conflict resolution, and the pertinent legal aspects. Book now to become proficient and responsible in handling a firearm with complete confidence. For the eager learners, the fundamentals of pistol and rifle usage await discovery in their comprehensive 8-hour NRA basic courses. You're invited to connect with Guardian Defense on Facebook and Instagram, or give them a call at 936-293-0364. You can also visit them online at guardiandefensellc.com. Guardian Defense, your reliable partner in mastering firearm safety and acquiring quality firearms in the heart of Texas.
Hey, I'm Denise Olivas, Business Account Specialist at Walker County Federal Credit Union. One of the best things I hear from our members is how they love being treated like they're important, like their family. Sure, our members love things like low rates on loans too, but combine that with the friendliest and most helpful service in town, and you've got Walker County Federal, taking care of our members. It's what we do. We are Walker County Federal Credit Union, member NCUA.
Welcome to Magnolia Kennel of Huntsville, where we've been caring for your furry family members for over 4 decades. Nestled at 877 IH 45 South, our kennel is a perfect retreat for your pet. With a climate-controlled facility, spacious exercise yards, we ensure a comfortable and enjoyable stay. At Magnolia Kennel, we offer a range of options including overnight boarding, extended stay boarding, and doggy day out. But that's not all. We also provide additional pampering services like baths and nail care to keep your pets looking and feeling their best. Making a reservation is a breeze at magnoliakennel.com. We take great pride in our dedication to the community, supporting our local fire departments by providing oxygen pet masks. Stay connected and enjoy adorable pet updates by following us on Facebook. Magnolia Kennel of Huntsville is where dogs get to be dogs. Visit us at magnoliakennel.com to book your pet's next stay. We can't wait to meet your 4-legged family members.
Hey friends, Rob Hipp here for Elliott's Jewelers. I wanted to take a brief moment to let you know if you're looking for someone in the jewelry business right here in Huntsville, look no further than my good friend Elliott Herslick. He's helped me out time and time again, whether it was that wedding band that I needed a while back or that special ring for Bridget. He's always been there for me. He goes above and beyond. A person who gives back to the local community. I like to do business with those who give back, and that's exactly what Elliott Herslick of Elliott's Jewelers does. Hey, if you feel like you don't know what to do, maybe you don't know where to turn, what to look for, Elliott is the person. Again, it's Elliott's Jewelers. You can visit him online at elliotsjewelers.com for more information, and when you call him, let him know that you heard from his good friend Rob Hipp. Again, it's Rob here for Elliott's Jewelers. Visit him online at elliotsjewelers.com.
Here we grow again. Tomorrow's Promise is excited to announce our 3rd location. Better serve the families of Walker County and surrounding areas. At Tomorrow's Promise, we are more than just childcare. We pride ourselves on partnering with parents and creating a place where every child is respected, loved, and nurtured in the highest quality environment. See what makes us the perfect fit for your child and their needs. Schedule a tour and learn more about Montessori.
Tomorrow's Promise Academy on Veterans Memorial now open. Visit TP.
All right, Huntsville back at it now. Time 8:26 in the AM. Top in the house. Ladies and gentlemen, Jason Thompson. I just wanted to say that.
Yeah.
Let's get ready to rumble.
Let's get ready to rumble. Yeah, let's rumble.
You want to rumble this morning?
Sure.
Let's go at it,
Let's
dude. I
go.
got a boxing ring set up, brother. You want to take
What
something?
is he doing with the mic?
Kyle, he's about to drop that mic. That's a
mic drop.
That's a $14 microphone back there, Kyle Kreiner. Hey, I wanted to show something this morning. It's really cool. There is a Bearcat legend that is in the College Football Hall of Fame. He's got a ballot on the College Football Hall of Fame.
Oh, cool.
And it happened, this particular person right here in Huntsville, Texas. I'm going to lead into this real quick. This is a press release from Sam Houston football. Let me, you know what? Hold on. Here we go. Let me get us back on. There we go, Jason.
You're going to get us back on.
This is from GoBearcats.com. The National Football Foundation and the College Hall of Fame announced the names on the 2025 ballot for induction into the College Football Hall of Fame yesterday. And this includes former Sam Houston running back. How about Timothy Flanders?
Awesome.
Did you ever go see Mr. Flanders back in the day? This year's ballot, 77 players on it, 9 coaches from the FBS, and 101 players, including Flanders, 34 coaches from the divisional ranks. Flanders wrapped up his playing career at Sam Houston after the 2013 season. He's on the ballot in his first year of eligibility for induction. He is seeking to become the first Bearcat to earn that induction into the College Football Hall of Fame. The announcement of the 2025 College Football Hall of Fame class will be made in early 2025. There will be specific details in the future. Timothy Flanders, a running back, Sam Houston from 2010 to 2013, a 3-time All-American, 2-time Southland Player of the Year, and the only player to ever lead the league in rushing for 4 consecutive seasons. He is the all-time career leader in rushing and scoring in the Southland and SSU Annual. So check this out. Here is the GOAT of all time, too, Cooter Roberson on some of the calls. This is courtesy of Sam Houston State University and their football program. Listen at this. Well, I said listen at it. Hold on one second. Here's some of that video again from Sam Houston State University. Cooter Roberson in the background on the calls.
Flanders again. Big run. Here he goes. It's going to do it. Inside the 25, the 20, the 10. There's a Bearcat in the end zone. It is Timothy Flanders. And with one fell swoop, he scores the touchdown and becomes the Southland Conference's all-time leading rusher. And here's the give to Flanders. He's going to break it off near side, and he may be gone. He's at the 40. He's at the 30. He's going to have to make a minute guys at the 15, at the 10, at the 5. There's a Bearcat in the end zone.
Timothy Flanders. How about that? And what a special recognition. And our prayers are with that young man and that the votes will go his way.
That would be good for that young man.
How about cool would that be to put Sam Houston State University on the map even more with the College Football Hall of Fame inductee,
cool.
Timothy Flanders. Never got to see him. Obviously, I wasn't here then.
No, you weren't here then.
But I've heard the stories, and, it's
He
really
was a good
cool.
ball player.
So there you go. Good luck to that young man, and we wanted to highlight big thank you to Sam Houston State University for putting that out. That video, by the way, courtesy of Bearcat Athletics. Got a story I wanted to share with you this morning, Jason. I get these emails every morning. If you don't get daily prayer things, or I encourage you to get these in your inbox, because I'm telling you, there's some times where I just delete them, honestly, because I've got a lot of it. But I've really wanted to start reading more of these, and I get something every day from Our Daily Verse. And it's really cool. They send a little scripture and a little verse. And this morning it was from Psalm 119, 105. It says, "Your word is a lamp for my feet and a light into my path." And here's the reflection from this. And this, again, is from Your Daily Verse. I highly recommend subscribing to this, by the way. It said, "In the midst of life's chaos," and I thought this was so how many of us are going through so much right now with all the storms and everything around our area. In the midst of all that, it's easy to feel lost and adrift, searching for direction and purpose. But as the psalmist reminds us in that scripture, we have been gifted with a powerful compass for life's journey. That is the good book, the Bible. Psalm 119, 105 compares scripture to a lamp, a guiding light that illuminates the path for those who seek to follow the Lord. And we find ourselves tossed about by the storms of life, unsure which way to turn. God's word provides the spiritual coordinates we need to navigate our way back to Him. For those of us that are believers in Christ, we have the incredible privilege of being led not only by the written word, but also by the living presence of the Holy Spirit in our lives. And friends, when we lose our way, and we all do, He is there to reflect our steps, or redirect our steps, and to align our hearts with God's purposes and to transform us from the inside out. This devotional continues on to say, "Today let us turn to the lamp of God's word in gratitude and expectation as we read it, study it, follow its wisdom, and may we find ourselves guided ever closer to the safe harbor of God's presence." Here's a question to ask yourself today. Have you experienced a particular verse or passage as a compass for your life in recent days? When are you tempted not to follow the directions of the compass the Scripture gives? I think I'm tempted every day to not follow, and that's the enemy at attack. But that's why it's so important to come back to what God's Word says. And it ties in, Jason. It's kind of cool. It ties in this morning. I had the verse that I think of every single day is Philippians 4:13 that says, I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. And I promise I didn't even read that devotional this morning, but this was on my mind, and I posted it. It said, life can be tough at times, but remember the Lord is with you through every single step. Press on and trust in His plan. And then there's the verse, Philippians 4:13 out of the New Living Translation says, for I can do everything through Christ who gives me strength. Friends, I wrote that this morning to stay encouraged and to keep moving forward, knowing that Jesus is your strength and your guide. And that tied right into the script, into the other, man.
Yeah,
so there you go.
Cool.
It's all the little pieces of the puzzle come together. So, well, Jason, let us know real quick. We're going to talk a little bit here in a moment about Raise a Hope, but give us some updates on Guardian Defense, man. What's been going on?
Oh, it's getting warm outside. So you know what that means. It's time to start shooting some more.
And that means you got a covered
range.
Covered range with fans.
We got fans.
Misters yet? Misters coming this year?
Yeah. We got some misters that we can set up.
If not, Jason will sit there with the water hose and spray you down.
That's it. We'll get you nice and wet. We won't get you gun wet.
It's the only shooting range where you can come in your swim trunks, right?
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding, man.
Yeah, you just got to have shoes on.
Yeah, and none of those Crocs either. You need to,
No, you need real shoes. We would prefer that.
But all seriousness, though, I mean, it's a great place to be. Great range out there, Jason.
Yeah, we're going to have some class this weekend. License to carries on Sunday. Going to do a class I don't teach that often Saturday. Going to be range safety officer.
Oh, really? A range safety officer class?
Yeah, so if you ever want to learn how to work on a range and be a range safety officer, I'm gonna have that class on Saturday.
Awesome, man. Well, it's a great opportunity. You can find out more information online, GuardianDefenseLLC.com. Jason's number's there. You can call him to get these classes scheduled. And they've got a great, beautiful place out there just outside of town. You know what I encourage you to do? Go over there, go to the classes, then get you something to eat at Fiesta Taqueria on the way out, right?
Hey, that's even better.
So it's just
go
right
by
there.
And see Mandy.
That's right. She'll hook you up. More information online at GuardianDefenseLLC.com. I just appreciate Jason and his family so much, and Deneen, you guys are going to be out helping with Rays of Hope.
We are. We are ready.
Just a couple of days away, if you can believe that. So we're going to be at the HEB parking lot, and I want you to save the date, just a couple of days away. And all you have to do is show up to the HEB parking lot, and we will be there from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. this Thursday. And what is it? Well, we're giving back to 5 area nonprofits, 3 families that have been affected by the recent flooding. Those nonprofits include Tomorrow's Promise Montessori School, specifically the Dolly Parton's Imagination Library, Safe House, our friends over there, Tammy Farkas. They do such a great job helping women who need the help. Also, Care Center Huntsville. And let me go over these real quick. So for Tomorrow's Promise and the Dolly Parton's Imagination Library, cash donations is what they need to help pay for the cost of shipping those books. As far as Safe House, canned goods, clothing, any type of items like that, toiletry items, lotions, soaps, any of that will be fine. Shampoo, body wash, all of that would be great. For Good Shepherd Mission, food. If you have any type of canned goods, things that you can put in the pantry that could stay there for a month or longer, those are the type, non-perishable foods.
Right, non-perishable food items.
So think of rice.
Rice, beans, peanut butter, pasta sauces, stuff like that.
All of that. And so you can bring those goods. Care Center of Huntsville, diapers, especially newborn baby diapers. And I would say anything up to children that are up to 12 months old. So if you've got size 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 diapers, bring those.
Well,
especially
you would be the expert. I'm not.
Yeah, so we know what you need. Baby lotions, diapers, wipes. I didn't even mention baby wipes. Bring baby wipes, too, because, man, we go through those things like I go through Gummy Nerds. Those things go through pretty quick. But all that's going to bless Care Center of Huntsville. That's the 4th. And then the 5th is HISD Social Services. Tomfoolery gift cards will be great for HISD Social Services.
Yeah, any kind of food gift cards would be great for those.
Think about kids in the summer and where do they go as a group, and those kind of things would be awesome. Movie passes. I didn't even think of that. Movie passes.
Yeah, movie passes.
They go to see movies, and then cash gift cards as well. We'll make sure. Last year, I think we were able to give HISD Social Services almost $1,200 back in cash. And that will go a long way. Sally Dallas, I believe, is retiring soon. Is she? But there's still great folks over there that are helping these young people as well. And then the 3 families. Specifically the Peak family to start. There's 3 families, but the Peak family, that is just some great folks. They lost. They're going to end up having to tear down the home and redo it all. It's just tragic what happened to so many families, including the Peaks. They had a little 2-month-old girl. They had to be water rescued when these storms first came through. The family is okay, but they have lost everything. So any type of kids' clothing, I would say for a baby girl that's 12 months and younger, that would be great. So she's got a little bit of room to grow into. And then the boys, 8 and 10 years old, they've got 2 boys. And so any type of games, age appropriate for younger to almost teenage age boys would be great. So any of that, clothing as well, and also cash, gift cards. Home Depot gift cards would be huge. The young man, Nate, who lives on this property with his family, he's a homesteader. Man, he had everything built out there. He was he was producing his own food, everything. And lost all of that. So Home Depot gift cards would be huge for that family.
I'm sure it would.
And then for the Smith family, they're having to redo sheetrock. Again, Home Depot gift cards will be great for them as well. They've had to redo sheetrock. They've got 2 young boys as well, but their house had a lot of water in it. They pulled up half the sheetrock. They're redoing that. So we want to help the Smiths.
And if you've never lived through a flooded home, whether it be internal or external, like what these folks are going through, it just turns your world upside down. I've been there.
Yeah, it's and just the dirt and the mud and all that. You know, they call it mucking when they got to come in and get rid of all that.
Right. All that slimy, just nasty funk, and it stinks.
It's kind of like in between my toes, So it's that.
Yeah.
So no, I'm just kidding, man. And then Kyle's like, "No, that really is my feet, Rob." I'm just kidding, Kyle. and then
Kyle's over there. How did he know that?
He's like, "Man, do I need to put my shoe back on?" and then the McAdam family too. Shane and Sherry over there. Blaine. I knew that, Blaine. I always joke around and say Shane and give him a hard time. It's Blaine, McAdam, and Sherry. And they need some help too. Their family's primary source of income was his woodworking shop. That water came in.
He lost all his tools.
Lost all the tools. The wood, especially. The wood's very expensive too.
Wood is expensive.
So he lost all of that, and then they had damage inside their home. Luckily, the home is salvageable. They were able to save the home. They're going to have to redo a lot, the flooring and different things.
The flooring, the walls, a lot of foundation work. They washed some of the foundation out from underneath the home. That had to be piered and beamed, and
I was told that was like $30,000 just to re-pier and beam that. There was 11 feet that got washed out under their home.
Yeah, not to mention all the soil they had to put back in.
So that's where this year, and that's why we need you. And I know, folks, listen, I understand that so many of us are strapped for cash right now. Our family's in that boat, and so many.
We're all in that boat.
We're all in it. But if you can just give even $5-10, 20. Here's how it's going to work. By the way, just to let you know, when you come through with these donation items on Thursday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. at the HEB parking lot, here's how it's going to work. Let's say that you come at the 7 a.m. hour and you give $20 or more worth of product. Okay, maybe you.
And we're guessing. We don't expect you to bring a receipt.
No, we don't need that. But
that looks like $20.
Yeah, if you show up with like 20 cans of beans, we're going to say definitely $20. All right. Here's what's going to happen for that $20 value. I'm not talking cash, but I'm talking the value. We're going to give you a swag bag and a limited edition Rays of Hope T-shirt. If you give $20 cash, now that doesn't include gift cards. I'm talking $20 physical cash. We will have an opportunity where you can do credit cards as well to make it easier for you. But if you give $20 or more in cash, you're going to get those items. Plus, you're going to be entered into an hourly raffle for jewelry from Elliott's Jewelers. This is valued at up to $200. And what's cool about it is also includes some other things in there, including Bluebell ice cream. So each hour, if you come at the 7 a.m. hour, let's say that there's 20 people that come at 7 a.m., well, you're going to be one of 20 having a chance to win. For that cash donation, not only will you get the swag bag, the shirt, and the jewelry chance to win the raffle, you're also going to be entered into an overall raffle for a pair of diamond earrings valued at $900. If you decide to give $10 more, $30, not only are you going to be entered in for all that, but you're also going to be entered for a grand prize of diamond earrings valued at even more at $1,500.
Really? Wow.
So it's a great opportunity.
Mr. Elliott really brought it out this year.
He brought it out. He wanted to help, and we want this to be a very successful event. And again, if you don't have cash, you can do debit card or credit card. We have secure payment processing on site. And all of those funds will go to take care of these 5 nonprofits and the 3 families. we'd love to partner with more, but if we partnered with 100, there wouldn't be much for anybody. And so we've identified these needs from people that have reached out to us. And, this is our second annual. We plan on doing this every single year. The Rays of Hope was thought of because there's a lot that goes into the Christmas season. And I had several nonprofits saying, Rob, is there anything that you can do to help us halfway through the year during the summer months?
Yeah, that's when the Christmas season, there's a lot of giving that transpires in Huntsville. But nothing really happens in the summer, so Rob came up with this idea, and I jumped right on board with him.
He did, and Jason, man, you guys showed up, and your family appreciate y'all. He's bringing the grill.
Yeah, he's going to bring the grill. So, coming around lunchtime, we're going to have hot dogs or whatever. HEB's providing some food for us to prepare and give out to people that are coming by.
I wish that I should have had this ready because last year Jason was the hot dog. I just searched for hot dog and look, the Oscar Mayer Wiener van came up on my
that's what you should have got coming, buddy.
Oh man,
the Wienermobile.
That's funny. But I've got a great picture last year. Jason just whipping up them dogs, man. It was great. So
had the Sam Houston State ladies basketball team was there helping us, cook the hot dogs and hand them out and carried signs up and down 11th Street trying to draw more attention in.
Man, how about, yesterday this happened. Hold on.
Bless you.
Yeah, it happens every day now on this show. I got to sneeze. That means that the show's going well if you sneeze, by the way.
Oh, it does?
But Sam Houston women's basketball will be out there again with us this year from 11 to 1.
That's
and
awesome.
Also some LEAP ambassadors, and appreciate Mike Yon and the LEAP ambassador is going to be there with us as well. If you'd like to come by and just hang out and volunteer, it's super easy. All you got to do is accept items as they come in. Cherie Brabbits of Lone Star Lights and Carolina Creek's going to be there. We did have some items that were donated for like an online auction. And with the setup of that, we just weren't able to get that thing up and running the way that I was hoping in enough time. But we do have a beautiful gift basket that was donated by Magnolia Kennel. And what I may end up doing is do a special raffle there as people drive by and they wanted to maybe toss in $10 or so to enter into that raffle. I haven't decided how we're going to handle that, but it's a beautiful gift basket valued at a couple $100 at least with a lot of different items. And then Carolina Creek has been so generous. They have donated a VIP pass, a Lone Star Lights, 2 of them. I think that's valued at almost $150. And then also a week-long camp.
Really?
Of your choice for your child. That's up to $1,000 value.
Yeah.
That they've donated. So we have those 2 items as well that we're going to figure out, the best way to have that. We may do that as a kind of a wrap up, maybe a week or 2 after the event, just to have a little bit of extra funds come in.
Right.
So we'll figure that one out. But again, come out. Bottom line is join us. Free hot dogs from 11 to 1. And more importantly, you're helping to give back to these organizations that need help. Our community needs help now more than ever. And appreciate Jason. We're going to be out there hanging out, having fun. And by the way, hourly interviews. A lot of folks have sponsored each hour. We still do have the 6 p.m. hour available for $150. And so if there's anybody that would like to sponsor that hour, you'll get an interview live with us to show your connection to the community. Jason will be out there all day, so we're going to interview Jason in between as well. But if you're a business and you'd like to be or even an individual, and you said, you know what, Rob, I'd like to sponsor that final 6 p.m. hour, please do. We would love to fill that.
It's all about helping the community.
It does, yeah, and we'd love to have that. That helps us as well, again, to give back. So the 6 p.m. hour is available. We'd love to have you sponsor that. All you got to do is reach out to us. Comment below if you're interested in that, and we'll get you signed up. That's the final hour. And we're also going to have the morning show there that morning. So Thursday, 7:30, we're going to be accepting items. Jason Bay is going to be with us from First Baptist, and we're still going to have the morning show too. So,
awesome.
So Good Morning Huntsville is going to be live on site from Rays of Hope.
That'll be awesome. I can't wait.
And we are bringing weights this year for the canopies.
Do we have enough weights?
We got them. We'll bring some cinder blocks and stuff, so we'll be all right.
All right.
So
let me know if I need to come pick them up.
You remember last year I had the swamp coat? We're putting ice in that thing. So
I'm gonna see about getting the generator again. So
I may reach out to Billy. Billy last year showed up with some. I don't think we need 1,000 bottles of water, but 100 would be all right this year, maybe.
Billy showed up with some coolers of water.
Yeah, he did, man. A lot of them too.
Yeah, we should have had a forklift to unload them.
Billy, if y'all want to do water, we'd love to have it. You don't need to bring that many though this year, man.
Yeah.
And that was a big thank you to Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home.
Yeah, that was amazing.
So come on out, be a part of this event as we celebrate all things good. happening here in Huntsville. Let's take one final break. We'll call our winner when we come back. Stay with us. This is your show. It's Good Morning Huntsville on a Tuesday, brought to you by Guardian Defense, online at guardiandefensellc.com. We'll be right back.
This is Guardian Defense in Huntsville, Texas, a trusted family-owned and operated gun store and range in the heart of East Texas. Guardian Defense is your one-stop destination for Texas LTC, NRA basic pistol and rifle courses, pistol refresher training, as well as a wide selection of quality firearms and ammunition. At Guardian Defense, empowerment is within reach through their Texas DPS-approved license to carry classes. Certified instructors will guide you through every facet of firearm safety, conflict resolution, and the pertinent legal aspects. Book now to become proficient and responsible in handling a firearm with complete confidence. For the eager learners, the fundamentals of pistol and rifle usage await discovery in their comprehensive 8-hour NRA basic courses. You're invited to connect with Guardian Defense on Facebook and Instagram, or give them a call at 936-293-0364. You can also visit them online at guardiandefensellc.com. Guardian Defense, your reliable partner in mastering firearm safety and acquiring quality firearms in the heart of Texas.
Hey, I'm Denise Olivas, Business Account Specialist at Walker County Federal Credit Union, and our business is helping you take care of your business. In addition to personal accounts, Walker County Federal Credit Union also offers business accounts and business lending for commercial customers. We're devoted to taking care of the needs of our individual members and helping our business members with their financial success too. Call us today and find out how easy it is to work with Walker County Federal Credit Union. Member NCUA.
Hey now, Huntsman. Hey now.
Hey now.
Hey now. Yeah. You know, you ever watch that movie Fly Away Home with the geese and the girl in Canada? Yeah. It's just, that's the only part of that movie that kind of annoyed me was whenever she was talking to the geese. And she'd go, hey. And it's just, you hear that over and over like 50 times and you're ready to like, the remote may be launched at the TV. Hey. Couldn't you see that, Jason? What if I did that to you all day long?
I would throw something.
Think about
at
those
you.
poor geese, man. They had to sit there and listen at that. Hey. The geese were probably like, just leave us alone and let us fly.
That's it.
Let us fly away home.
Let us just fly.
Yeah, watch that movie if you haven't. It's a really good movie. Jason's on his all-time list of greatest movies ever.
Dang, making stuff up this morning. I can think of a lot better.
Jason gets under his little blankie and, you know.
No.
Jason's about to backhand me.
Yeah. Okay.
Jason's about ready to throw something at me, man.
Yeah.
Hey, what is your favorite movie, Jason? What's a good movie to you? Like,
oh man.
What kind of movies do you like?
I like all kinds.
Like, do you like old westerns?
Yeah, I like westerns.
I love that TV show.
I'm not watching Lassie. Lonesome Dove, maybe, but not Lassie.
Beethoven's second.
No.
I forget that, man.
No, I'm not big on the Disney theme movies.
What did I watch the other day? You know what? I watched. I like those Lampoon movies. Those are always fun with Chevy Chase back in the day.
Those are fun.
One of my favorite movies of all time is Forrest Gump. I
like Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump was one of my favorites of all time. And if I could think about another good movie, The Minority Report. Have you ever seen that movie?
I've seen it.
It was a good movie.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Billy Coffin has got me connected to some good movies. You know, his recommendations are pretty good. So, anyways, let's head over to our...
we better call somebody, man. It's almost like 9 o'clock.
Let's head over, man.
See if they answer.
Watch if a phone in the studio rings.
It's not mine. Are they going to answer?
Don't answer. Don't win.
Like, who's this weird number calling me?
Oh, shop.
Hey, who is this?
Odell.
Odell, what's up, man? You texted in to win this morning, my friend.
You're kidding me.
Man, are you out of the hospital?
Yeah, I'm back in the shop now.
Oh, man, that's the Cajun barber. Hey, Odell, since we got you on the phone. Yeah, it's Rob. How you doing, man?
I'm doing wonderful.
Well, are you cutting hair right now?
Yeah, I got a customer.
All right, well, we got a $25 gift card to Cafe Texan coming your way, Odell.
Oh, beautiful.
Hey, I know you got a customer, but do you have any family-friendly Boudreaux and Thibodeau jokes? Can you tell us one real quick? Do you got one on the top of your head?
Those are the ones that I'd have to send them back to you. Those are the ones that take a little time.
Well, here's the kicker then for our audience, Odell. If they're watching or listening, here's the way to get those jokes. Go see Odell. Call him up and get a haircut, and he'll tell you the jokes. Right, Odell?
Yeah. And I wanted to talk to you about something else, too, when you get a chance.
Well, hey, God bless you, my friend. Jason Thompson of Guardian Defense is with me real quick as our co-host. He's got a quick question for you, Odell.
Odell, what are you thankful for about Huntsville today?
What do I think about Huntsville?
What are you thankful for?
I'm thankful that God sent me here to meet live angels.
Awesome. Well, amen, brother. Well, God bless you.
This is where I had to come to meet the real angels in the world, with the people and the way they help you and respond to you. It's just phenomenal. And the only way you can tell is that God had his hand in it.
Amen.
Amen.
Yes, sir.
Well, hey, we'll let you get back to cutting hair. And by the way, if you're looking for a good cut, one that uses that cream and that razor, Odell does it, man.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hey.
A customer asked me one time, he said, do you ever cut anybody with that razor? I said, I've cut a lot of people with my razor, but I've never cut one on accident.
There you go. Yeah. Well, Odell, God bless you, man.
Thank you, Rob. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
All righty. You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
There he is, Odell.
Yeah.
You know Odell, man?
I know Odell.
Oh, man, he's such a great guy. 1 month I go to the color bar, the next month I go to him, so I bounce my haircuts back and forth.
That's nice of you.
And, man, I just think the world of Odell. I walked in there one morning, and he gets started early. Mm-hmm. You know, he starts cutting hair like 6 a.m.,
Mm-hmm.
And, man, he does such a great job. And I love Odell, and God has just blessed him. He'd been going through some medical, conditions, and I'm so glad that he's doing what he loves right there.
Yeah.
The Cajun barber, man. So cutting and having fun. So
yeah, he doesn't trim hair. He cuts hair.
Yeah, he legitimately cuts hair, too.
Yes,
he does a good job. So. Well, Jason, I think that'll just about wrap it up, man. One final thing going on. What do we got going on this afternoon at noon, Jason?
At noon, WCRC. Walker County Referral Cooperative, come out, see what we're all about. We're just a small, tight-knit group of business owners, more like family members, and we get out there and promote each other's business.
That's right. Walker County Referral Cooperative. We meet
at the Safe House upstairs at noon.
Safe House at noon. So come join us. And we do have non-competing businesses, but you're welcome as a guest.
Right.
And
you're always welcome as a guest.
We don't have a plumber in the group. We don't have an electrician.
We don't have a plumber, electrician. We don't have
pest control.
No, we don't have an auto dealership. We don't have a bank currently.
There's a lot of opportunities.
There's a lot of opportunities, to promote your business.
So, yeah, come join us. Come hang out, learn more about WCRC. It's a great opportunity to grow your business. I love our group, too, because somebody was looking earlier on Good, Bad, and Ugly, said, man, I need a storage shed. And everyone in our group said.
Did you see how many responses
like
came
15,
from our group?
Yeah, from our group, Cabin Zamora, Texas.
That's it.
So that's what we do. Real quick, hey, speaking of which, Adrian says good morning from Cabin Zamora, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Good to see you. Denise Winston joining us with the good morning message. The Horn family is on. Richard and Linda, appreciate you. They went to the Billy Coffin Restaurant Report with us.
They did.
Over at Cedar Oaks Cafe this past Friday. So
I'm kind of curious to see where you guys are going to eat this week.
It's up to Billy. The pressure's on. And Billy, by the way, said good morning earlier.
Yeah.
The Horn was saying
I think our listeners need to vote where we send Billy for lunch.
Yeah. Give it up to them. Let them make the decision.
I think that would be a cool thing.
Well, they said, love this event, talking about Raise a Hope, the chance to give back. They said one of their favorite movies is Shall We Dance? I haven't heard of that one. I'm going to have to look that up.
Yeah, have to look that one up.
And Richard's favorite movie, that was Linda's. Richard's favorite movie is Hombre with Paul Newman.
Mm-hmm.
So, good one there. Well, all right, friends, that'll wrap it up. Appreciate all of you for interacting and joining us today here. Big thanks, as always, to Guardian Defense. Please visit them online at guardiandefensellc.com. Classes this weekend. Any shows coming up, by the way?
We'll be in Pasadena, not this weekend, but the following weekend.
So gun shows are going good, and
no, not really, but that's okay. It's summertime.
They're going great. We're going to make sure they go good, Jason. All right.
Yeah, it's summertime.
So get on down to Pasadena, hang out with Jason. We appreciate you. My sister joining too, Rebecca. I love you. She said, "Have a blessed day. Love you, sis." That'll wrap it up. Big shout out to Kyle and Taylor. Did I get that right? Taylor. Kyle, man, my brain is working this morning. Kyle and his daughter Taylor hanging out in the studio with us
Your
this
brain
morning.
is working good today.
So, yeah, and she had a shirt on that said camps
Your
on it.
spelling isn't too great, but
I thought it said I thought it was like the word fudge, and so it was like, but it's what was it? How do you pronounce it? Fuge camps. It's church camp, right? So yeah, Fuge camps this summer. So I misread. I was like, wait a minute, you don't like that camp? But that's not what it was. So appreciate Taylor being here this morning, and Kyle as well. Man, I wish we had something to give you. We'll give him a hug and a handshake.
Yeah.
That'll wrap it up. Hey, if you need a brisket, Kyle Kreiner's your man, the brisketeer of Huntsville, and he'll take care. Taylor, by the way, do you think your dad's briskets are the best? It's questionable. Yeah,
sometimes.
Man, this is not a good endorsement here for Kyle.
No.
All right, well, that'll wrap it up. They are really the best briskets I've had. I mean, they're wonderful. So that'll wrap it up. We'll be at it tomorrow. Make sure to join us as Rick and Kay Boning, Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools, on the show with us. We'll follow up and see how things are going with Rick and Kay, and appreciate their support as well. Thursday, of course, we'll be out at HEB, and we'll have the show live with First Baptist and Pastor Jason Bay. And then on Friday, we'll be back in studio with Billy Cawthon and the Restaurant Report. So, man, we got a little flow going here now.
I know.
It's kind of fun.
I think it's pretty fun. I still think everybody ought to vote where Billy goes for lunch on Friday.
Think about that. And the Horn family, Richard and Linda, y'all came with us last week. We hope Cherie came with us. Karen Denman said she's going to join us sometime too.
Yeah.
So y'all be thinking, and we'll say this. I don't know if. We'll say that your response has some weight to it.
Yeah.
We don't know if it's the final decision.
We don't know if it's going to be final, but, if there was an overwhelming vote or suggested place to go, Billy might feel compelled to give it a shot.
Yeah. We'll put a little Rob Belly on it, a little weight on it for your answer. That'll wrap it up. Join us tomorrow. We'll be back at 7:30 bright and early here on Good Morning Huntsville. It's your show. As always, I end every broadcast this way. And friends, please listen to this. It's so important that we are truly not strong enough alone to make it on our own. We really do need each other. Please provide a word of encouragement. Lend a hand of support. Somebody here in our community needs you. Until tomorrow morning, God bless you, Huntsville, and have a great day. See you, Jason.
See you, buddy.